We have an advantage if I compare my generation and also the generation before my generation to the new generation of Generation Z. We had no internet and only some households had computers. The way I learned trading wasn't with internet. We had no trading view. We had no technology like today. It's very easy that I can immediately produce, for example, this video to put it on our WhatsApp group or channel or whatever, to contact you, to talk with you, to read your messages within seconds. No, we didn't have all those technologies. But amazing is how we traded at that time, and it was something very different. We have been writing every day the quotes of the markets on paper with simple pen. I, for example, notated for every market the opening price of today, the closing price of yesterday, the high of yesterday, the low price of yesterday, and of course the close price of yesterday. And I did it, for example, for the last 10 days, every day, or 20 days for every market. Now you can imagine how many hours per day, nearly 3 hours or 4 hours a day I invested and spent just to make those scores and quotes for, let's say, 50 markets every day. And then we draw all those prices on a paper. We made a scale from 0 to 100, for example, for every stock. And then we notated, okay, the price of today. Let's say, if this is the chart, what you can see, the price of today is here. The low of yesterday was here. The open price of yesterday was here. The closing price of yesterday was here. The low of 2 days ago was here. The high of 2 days ago was here. The high of 3 days ago was here. The low of 3 days ago was here. The open price of 3 days ago, for example, was here, and so on. And then, what did we do? Then I used another color to connect all those highs and to connect all the lows and so on. And then tomorrow and the next day, in 2 days, for example, the market moves like this. And then I will continue the same. And this was the method, for example, we have developed by ourselves, or we were taught, we saw, okay, the price has a tendency to go up. And now, for example, this is the price of today, and we saw, all right, the market has broken another high, and probably it will go higher and higher and higher. And as long as the market goes to this direction, what do? We buy, for example, this stock or this currency, in this case, Swiss franc, Japanese yen, and so on. And if the market, the price comes below this, and the market starts to go down, that means the series of highs and lows, and now I make another color, let's say blue, is going deeper. And then we see that the channel starts to go down to the opposite direction. Then we move with the channel. Amazingly, because I had no contact, I didn't know any trader, professional trader at that time, so I developed this idea by myself. And we had also no computers, no chartings, because only the banks and big institutionals had the possibility to use those charts and data, special data they called it. And only banks and very big institutionals were allowed to trade currencies called Forex. This is the short form for so-called foreign exchange. But in the middle of 90s, we experienced a liberalization of trading markets, Forex and foreign exchange markets. Also private traders were allowed to do it. Of course, not like today that you can open an account with $0 or $100. The minimum account opening started with $50,000 to $100,000. And additional to that, you had to have a security account of minimum $500,000 to $1 million. So, of course, it was the first step of liberalization. And now watch the next video.